I'm talking especially if you are on the first year of your business, and let's say first 5 years. Don't be that proud about yourself, putting your logo somewhere and waiting for the customers. They will not come. They don't know you. They didn't try it yet. They don't know what you are selling. They don't know your prices. They didn't try.
Welcome to the Business Narrative. It's me, Wajiha Nadeem. Today our guest is Sayed Hadi Jawad. So Hadi, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm also doing good. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us your valuable time. So Hadi, please introduce yourself and tell us about your entrepreneurial journey.
Okay, that's a long story, but anyway, my name is Sayed Hadi, and I started my first business in 2012. Actually, by end of 2011, even. I was planning actually to start with a marketing agency. That time I was having my first son, and I have to take my life serious. So I decided to join the journey and start my first business. It was the first marketing agency. I faced a little problem there. I was having zero, as usual, entrepreneurs, and I was trying to get a loan. So there is one bank here in Bahrain called Bahrain Development Bank. They were requiring some documents to be prepared so I can get that loan. One of these requirements by default, they are asking for a business plan. That was my first time to even hear about it. I told them, what is the business plan? Okay, because that time I was just studying and not yet. Actually, I'm young also, anyway. So that was my first journey, and I have like zero experience. I told them, okay, business plan, how to do it. They told me, this is the form. You have to follow these steps. You create your business plan. I told them, okay, great. I started. I created my full business plan. After I think a month or a couple of months, I was going to them again, telling them, this is my business plan. What is the loan? They told me, okay, you have to invest 20% of the loan. I told them, I have zero. Who to say that I can pay that amount at the first? They told me that's our conditions. So I found myself having a business plan, but without a business. So was thinking that time, why not to start advertising that I can do business plans? I'm good in content creating and copywriting. So I posted my first advertising. I catch a deal. Okay, business plan, another business plan, the third, the fourth. No, that was like a full year was my journey that I was doing only business plans. He was actually having only experience on that field, which is fruit and vegetable. I was suggesting for him, why you don't start a juice bar concept? He said, interesting. What's your plan? I told him, see, there is no juice bars in Bahrain. The juice, you can find it only with normal, ordinary restaurants as a corner selling juice. But there is no specific specialty juice bar in Bahrain. I suggested for him, why should we find a way to cooperate together? I will do the business plan. I will be handling the management. You will be investing the cash, and let's share and work together on it. He said, why not? Let's start. I told him, okay, give me a little bit. After a month, I prepared already my full business plan. It was 60 papers above with the research, with everything. I was looking actually in GCC markets more. There is a lot of competitors, but in Bahrain, really, that was not available at all. Nothing in the market. So after a month, I was trying to meet him to discuss with him the business plan. Today, should we meet? He said, I'm busy today. Okay. Second day, are we meeting today? Oh, I'm tight scheduled today. 1, 2, 3 days. After a week only, I was meeting him. I told him, how long do we have to discuss it? He said, 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes. Anyway, I was not aware about that 2 minute speech that time. So for me, 30 minutes was like, he's not interesting. So I told him, okay, it's a juice bar, selling juice, and like this. And what do you think? He said, see, I'm planning to open another business. I told him, okay, what about this business plan? Is it mine? He said, yes, yes, yes. Well, good luck if you are operating this business. Why not? I told him, okay. Then I found myself having my dream business plan, but again without a business. So I was pitching that time investors. I was looking for an investor who can be trusting. Yes, and the internet is going and it's coming again. So I was pitching almost 10 investors. It was all like going negative. I couldn't close the deal. Maybe the 11th, he was interesting to me. You can prepare all this. Actually, I started doing small baskets of fruits. You know that fruit baskets, which is similar for flowers, but it's all fruit. It's called edible. Like actually, the biggest name working on that field was edible arrangement, if you know about it. And I believe the owner is Pakistani, and he's in America. Tariq Farid. You know, did you hear about Tariq Farid?
No.
Edible arrangement. Anyway, he created that concept. I think 2000. Yeah, almost. I think in 2000. So that was like a new idea, which is a basket, but it's fruits, not flowers. I created my first few pictures, which is actually I did it and I sold it even, and I had it like plus plus on the business plan. That was samples of things I did already. So one of these guys, he was telling me, okay, that's great. I'm interesting and I want to join with you on that business. So we started and we reached that time in 2013. I was telling you things about from late of 2011 and 2012 business plans, and 2013 that was the starting date, let me say. So we started the first branch, and it took almost a year, actually, maybe 10 months at least to operate the first branch. But from the first day, so where
It's
did we
okay.
reach? Yes, the date of opening, I was there and I was welcoming the guests, and that was the first time I heard about that word. Many people came on that day telling me, is that Bahraini brand or this is franchise? Actually, franchise thing, I was even still new for it. And the franchise, what is franchise? I started searching on franchising because it was not even included in my research that time. I was still new on that, right? So since people was giving me that impression, like this shop is like franchise concept, I was keeping that as a target on my mind. So everything I did after that time, it was like going to be franchising. And I was building something to be franchised. That was taking me to hire, experienced people having similar field experiences. I was hiring people from Costa Coffee, from McDonald's, from Starbucks. I was taking that too seriously. Actually, I will even call it cafe but selling juice. It's the concept, even its big place and like that. So the first year, 2014 until 2015, I decided to go for the next branch, which was like double of the size and prime location, and supposed to be actually better move that time. And as expected, 2016 we operated the second branch, and that was like the date of the grand opening of the mall. It was a district mall, like these open shops and parking on the middle. It was like just new and there is nobody there. Once we opened, traffic, thousands of people. Okay, and that was still I will not say bigger than me, but was not expected. Like a lot of people really know the place. Okay, so as a small country here in Bahrain, that was compared for other restaurants or cafes in Bahrain, that was shining enough. Like even restaurant owners was looking at this new juice bar open there. So from the second branch to the third branch, by I think when was that? End of 2000, first of 2018, January, and the fourth branch was opened in 2018 itself by end of the year, November. So we reached 4 branches by 2018, and as expected, struggling happened. Okay, going for the fourth branch was actually bigger than our financial capabilities. That was a wrong move, and you should hear more of failure stories, not only successful stories. That was wrong decision once we moved for that branch, and it was actually over pressuring us. We had in 2019 to step back and close one branch. And in 2020, because also Corona came, COVID-19. That was actually taking us also like one less branch. So we were stable on two branches only 2020. By then, I was thinking in a different way. I have the knowledge, okay, from building the, let me say, from the business plan to the franchise stage. I forgot something. In 2018, we signed our first franchise agreement in KSA, Saudi. And that was even, what you should say, it was officially going, but something happened then from the franchisee part and he changed his mind. So we didn't continue. But I can say, at least going through that journey, it was like giving us the whole experience from the concept to the business plan to the franchise stage. So in 2020, I was thinking in a different way. Okay, we have the knowledge, we have our successful story, and I have the team, and why not to share that knowledge with someone else? So that time the idea came, why not to manage, or let's say focus on consultations and managements for other restaurants? Because we were like, over experienced than what we have, like two branches, and even the management was bigger. Even I reduced the team was even less in 2020, but still it's more than two branches of a restaurant. So we started in 2021, the new company, which is Suppliery. Now I will tell you how that started. I started at the first with running the first restaurant. I was offering one of my friends, actually, he was referring back to me always about his new restaurant. That time he was asking me, Said, I need an operation and market. I need a superhero. So that was difficult. How is the answer to that? Okay. Okay, so he was looking for like superhero, as I say, that he knows all of this cycle. But that was difficult to be found. If you want only an individual guy and he will do all of this work for two branches, he's having burger shop. So I offered him something. I told him, see, I am initially starting my new company, which is restaurants management company. Why we don't cooperate? Like I will be handling the operation and the HR and the marketing, but I have a team. It's not me. He said, why not? Give me the proposal. I gave him the first proposal. He signed. Okay, that's working. Okay, so I started with him. After a month only, I got the second deal. Within the third month, I think I was running already 4 restaurants. That was clearly for me that there is big potential in restaurants management, because usually, people are, I believe that a lot of people are selfish. They have their knowledge, they will use it only for themselves. But if someone, I can say that I have that initiative. If I have the information, I really like to share it with others. I don't see that will be negative, and it will not be against me, if I will share my experiences with someone else. So I was taking that officially on my mind, and I was focusing on it more than ever before. That let me operate that company and shift my focus mainly on restaurants management. After 3 to 4 months only, I found that the biggest problem any restaurant is facing is supply chain management. I'm coming from the field, and it's the worst department in any restaurant. There is a lot of calls happening, a lot of payments is going. It's the biggest, let me call it draining department, because of also the cost of it and the food cost. There is a disaster in any purchase department in any restaurant. And I know that because I was even passing into that whole experience. So I was thinking, why should I bring all of my team to support that restaurant while I can share with him one link? If he click on that link, he will find all of his supplies in one place. He will click one payment and he'll receive one shipment. So the idea came, I like to save some of these dates. It was on 21st of January 2021. by 11:30 at night. So because the idea came for me suddenly, and I was thinking like, no, that's something I should really focus on. My wife was asking me, "Are you coming soon?" I told her 30 minutes. Once the idea came, I told her 5 morning. I will not come. She said, "What happened?" I told her, "See, I have something I have to work on now." So I was taking the whole night writing the whole plan of that concept, operating a platform, which is B2B e-commerce for restaurants to get all of their purchases in one click. At least now we are coming for this business since you are already sharing that with me. Should I go ahead?
Actually, I have a question. Like when you were starting your career, so when you're making a plan, the
Mhm.
first question came in mind when you are like have to when you were brainstorming all the ideas, and the idea came that okay, I'm gonna open the cafe or a bar. So the first thing that came in my mind, okay, what location I have to select, whether I go for the like a populated area or whether I have to go for like some like non uh, less populated area. So and the main thing that I will face the competition, and I have to pay a higher rent. So there is so many double mind things. So
See,
how can we resolve it?
okay. I will answer this question in a minute, but I will tell you what I'm doing for the previous years now. I'm working like in restaurants management and consultations since 2021 until today. So the same question I am receiving once I am sitting with someone who is planning to open a new restaurant or is planning to expand. I am coming from marketing background, or at least interest. That was not my education. I was not studying marketing or something, but I am interested on that field. I believe that without marketing, nothing will be working. The highest building in the world, if it's not written there for rent or for sale, it will be like only for ghosts, right or no? So by default, if anybody is going for choosing a new branch or a location for a restaurant, specifically food and beverage, you have to be presentable in a place, crowded place. Um, think about going to the people, not trying to reduce your cost to let them come to you. See, people are sometimes thinking, let me reduce my cost. Let me find a cheap place in a corner somewhere. I will do a lot of marketing. Okay. You will spend huge marketing to just pressure these people to come for you because you are choosing that location. But it's much, much easier to spend even maybe zero being okay, being in a great location. So balance it. Absolutely, you have also to budget your capital and everything, but don't be afraid at the first. Before you enter the market, you want to cut cost. You don't know your cost even, so don't try to cut it. So you have to be aggressive entering a market. Don't try it. See, I believe like someone is opening new business, any kind of business. If he's just trying, he will lose. If you are not studying your business plan and you are not insisting to achieve your goals, it will be like you will lose whatever will be happening because you are actually even not convinced between yourself that you will achieve it. You will be hidden in a hidden place because you don't want to spend more money. You will not spend on marketing because you don't want to have a bigger higher capital, so that will reach you to nowhere. So getting back to your question, I was choosing my first location in a crowded road. And the road is actually most of the restaurants there is traditional and classic, let's say like 2 to 3 stars. I was opening my first branch with, let me say, 4 to 5. I will not say 5 because actually I don't want it to be over, but like, let me say 4 to 5 stars interior. So people was passing to the shop telling me, why did you spend a lot of money in interior in this road? But I don't care about the road. You are here, right? You are inside the shop. You like it now. You saw it from the other side, and you get back to me because it was attractive for you. means it's a successful move. So I was not going that extremely high expenses on even my interior design of the shop, but I was actually choosing a place where I can be presentable enough. If
It was really
I
inspiring
answer.
when you say that let the people come to you. So, when like opening a restaurant, can you give us some tips so that we can like use this strategy?
How the people will come to you?
Yeah.
See, maybe my advice will be going more in marketing field again. I believe that it's either, if you will do a marketing campaign, you have two options. It's either you will spend a lot of money to tell people that open now, we are open, now we are opening, grand opening. You spend a lot of money because you just want them to say that, okay, I am existing. Okay, there is another way, which is maybe you will spend 10% of that budget, but you will give the customer something as a value. So that you are all invited for a free cup on the first day. Maybe you will only post something on Instagram. People will share it everywhere, and you have a queue. You will spend that 1,000 BD. Let me say that you will spend 1,000 BD for your opening event. It's either you will spend 1,000 BD advertising that you are just opening, or you will spend zero, and you'll tell people that you are invited, and you will give them 1,000 BD cups. So that was my strategy actually in every branch I was opening. I was always doing like a grand opening, which will be really attractive for people, media. And it was showing that something is happening in that road once I'm opening a new branch. And why that was happening? Because I was thinking in this way. I was giving the people, I will tell you my strategy once I was expanding to the second and the third and the fourth branch. I was inviting the customers on the location itself, the first branch, let's say, I was giving them buy juice from this shop, get free cup on the other new branch. And buy one, get one free, but buy one here and get one free on the new branch. So that was taking me like a week or 10 days before to tell all of my customers that there is a new branch there and you are invited next week. They already paid here. It's actually 50%. And 50% is covering my cost yet because my costs are 50%. I'm talking in general as a FMB rule. Yeah, you should not exceed, you should not be more than this percentage as your food cost. So that was really effective. And I'm actually advising anyone specifically in FMB to be spending on that giveaways more than spending on just brand awareness. Your brand is not aware yet. People don't know you. I'm talking especially if you are on the first year of your business. And let's say first 5 years. Don't be that proud about yourself, putting your logo somewhere and waiting for the customers. They will not come. They don't know you. They didn't try it yet. They don't know what you are selling. They don't know your prices. They didn't try your quality. Let them to give them the opportunity to have the whole experience. Then they will be getting back to you every time. It's always a rule actually if you are planning to sell a box of chocolate, give the customer small piece of it first.
At least before this podcast, my perspective was like to put more investment in ambience. So you
Mhm.
think that we should put more investment in like marketing side?
See, I will not say that as general rule or يعني, I don't want it to be that يعني, see, let me just explain it in a better way. If you are having a budget of, let me say, $100,000, that $100,000, it could open for you one restaurant costing you $100,000. It could open for you two branches costing 50,000 and 50,000. And it could open for you one restaurant which is costing 50,000 and you will keep the other 50,000 on marketing. Regardless the rest of capital expenses, I'm just talking about the marketing. Which one of these things you think it will be working better? You get my point? You need to spend on marketing with, the marketing actually, it's like the only investment place you will be actually getting your return. If you will spend a lot on a prime location, having very nice menu, and you will have the best expertise as a chef and a team and like this, but people didn't hear about you, you will sell zero. And if you choose also a bad location because you don't want to spend also on that high rent, okay. So sometimes even choosing the rent, if anyone is thinking about choosing a location for his branch as food and beverage, I'll tell you, okay, you might go for that location, let me say with $1,000. Okay, you'll go for $1,000 and you will lose it, or you will spend $2,000 rent and you will get double and maybe 3,000, and you will get trouble and maybe more. For me, I believe that usually wherever the rents are going higher, they didn't put it randomly. It's not higher only without a reason. If you will be going for, just an example, prime mall in any country, as a shopping mall, there is a traffic already. And by default, you will find that rent is like multiplied by 5 or more, 5 to 10 times even compared to the normal roads outside, right? Why? Because there's thousands of people inside. Okay, you should study your move if you are going to spend a lot of the rent, okay, on the rent specifically, that's high expenses, no? But you should also know that being in the middle of the crowded area, it will help you absolutely a lot compared to being disappeared somewhere because you don't want to spend money. It's the same capital. It's the same capital. You just study your capital, okay, but don't be that aggressive about saving your cost at the first. It's gambling, especially if you are new to the field.
So top 5 marketing tips when someone is in a startup phase.
Top
Top
5?
5 marketing tips that he should have to consider.
Okay. The first, I just say it, but I will say again. If you want to sell that box of chocolate, let the customer try a piece first. Okay? So focus on giving like this for the customers, or inviting them for a bite or for a cup or something. That will guarantee for you repeated customers because they tried. Because they will not buy something because of the only design or the smell or the picture. There is a lot of reasons they will buy. But if they try it, that's definitely the best experience. They came to your shop and they try your cup of coffee, let's say, they will come back. So that's the first advice. Okay. Second, be updated about your, let's say, year trend. See, the marketing was working effectively in 2014 is not working today. And what was working maybe 10 years before also, it was never working even before the 10 years. Yani, maybe every 5 to 10 years, life is changing. Yani, I was building my whole business because I was actually focusing on the Instagram. In Bahrain was trending and it's new application and people are just scrolling and finding new pictures and like this. So I was actually building my marketing strategy based on the Instagram itself, because I know that people are actually interested to just scroll down and find their interest on Instagram itself. That's why also I was choosing juice concept. It's colorful and it's attractive by the picture. But now, if someone will open another juice bar today, I'll tell him Instagram will not help you, because it's not only about posting in your page anymore. You have to pay for sponsor ads. You have to pay for bloggers now. Influencers are there. That's something else. Okay, let me just say to continue that message only. If you will continue on the same thing about only inviting bloggers and influencers, you should not forget that digital marketing campaigns are still there also. And you have to be upgraded. See, be updated. whatever advertising campaign you will do, your marketing campaigns, try to know what's working, what's not. Consult someone, ask someone. Don't think that whatever in your mind is right. So that's the third, I think, tip about before you go for any marketing campaign, be updated and consult someone. What's trendy these days? What could be working? Don't think that you will put, okay, maybe you are 40 years old and you just open your restaurant. No problem. But you will put your advertising in the newspaper. Maybe nobody's reading it anymore. Is reading it anymore. That will not help you a lot. How many are they now? Five? Five is too much. Okay.
And the problem people are facing right now in restaurant industry is like if everyone has different taste buds and
Mhm.
and you got just one bad review and just your restaurant rating is like going to below average. So how to deal with this problem? If you got some bad reviews in your like website or like so on your some social media platforms.
I will tell you what I was doing. On my first branch, maybe I was not focusing on that area much, but on the second branch in 2015, I was discovering that I have to listen carefully to my customers. So I decided to put a suggestion box and suggestions and feedback form in both branches. And I was trying to always be sure that these cards will be on my disk, even if I am not on the branch itself. I was generating these weekly to bring it to my disk. I was even trying to not let anyone to read it before me, okay? Directly from the customers to me. So once I was having these forms, I was even organizing it on my disk according to the subject of it. These are suggestions. These are complaints if there is any. These are actually, let me say, 5-star rating. This is suggestions. I was always in touch with the customers directly, especially if there is any complaint. See, if people are coming to your shop and you are not there as an owner, especially if you are not there, okay, they will be having doubts. They're thinking about the owner of this place. Is he care really for his customers or not? They will look for the CCTV. They will say, do you hear me, dear owner? I'm upset. They want to talk to you. So the first thing you will do, by at least giving them a call, hello, I am the owner of that restaurant. I am calling you directly because I'm really caring about my customer. I take care about my quality and I always prefer to be in touch with you as customer. Thank you for your visit. I receive your complaint. How can we fix it? Whatever is it. So being in touch with the customers will help a lot. And again, focus on their suggestions. They will drive you to the next move. I was actually having a lot of comments about my pricing. I know that I'm expensive, juice bar. Okay, it's a fact, yeah. Because I'm serving different quality and the place and the service. It's maybe you will find something with 300 fills in Bahrain. Yani, let me say, maybe I will sell it even multiply by 5 or 10 because I have juices even 3BD. And people was actually complaining and still coming to the shop. And they are telling why this is very greedy prices and you are selling really expensive juice. Okay, if you can find the same quality, someone else buy it. There is also Karakti and there is Starbucks coffee. This is 2BD and this is 100 fills, like right? Yes or no? There is difference between all of these. So once I was actually listening for the suggestions, it was helping me a lot to be developing my products and services as the customer want, not as I want. If they didn't like the recipe, no need, خلاص. Okay, if they didn't like the kind of service, I will change it. I will develop it. I want to do the thing which the customer is asking. A lot of people, just an example, a lot of people was complaining that time in 2016 that our cups are really large. It was like medium and large only, 16 ounce and 20 ounce. I was having no small size. And until today, I don't have small size. I was believing that it's enough, medium and large, okay? But people was complaining that they are coming with their kids and we don't have small size. Okay, 1, 2, 3 comments. I was really taking that seriously. Okay, I should focus on kids package, kids category. So I decided to go with a full concept similar for the Happy Meal of McDonald's, and I was having my kiddie juice, which is small cup, 10 ounce maybe, and specific menu only for kids, and the character and the packaging with a giveaway, and it was at the first coloring box. So that was actually attracting a lot of families to the shop, because now I am family friend as a restaurant because I was listening. I will say that it was never my idea, it was the customers' ideas. So if you will hear for your customers well, they will help you a lot in developing your services and products, and absolutely to achieve better and better goals.
I really love the idea and the strategy you made for the kids.
Mhm.
So I think so. In restaurant success, uh, the main part of the success, the suppliers plays a main part. So like if I have to select a supplier, so what key points I should keep in mind, or some businessman should keep in mind
Um, Regarding the suppliers, you mean?
to
Could
selecting a
you?
supplier?
Okay. See, you have to choose the quality which you can sell. Some people are telling you, okay, your quality is bad. There's nothing usually is sold and it's bad quality. There is absolutely grade 1, 2, 3, whatever. But usually the difference of the prices is your challenge. How can you convince the customers that your product deserves that price so you can cover the highest quality? You get my point? Yani, let's say only just an example again for the juice. This is an orange juice. Okay, I have orange juice, and there is another shops, maybe cafeterias or whatever. They are selling also orange juice. They are selling it with, let's say, 500 fats, and I am selling it with 1.5 BD, which is like multiplied by 3. How the customer will be convinced? Yani, they will be asking you, okay, I'm taking high quality from you, but yani, they are buying that with expensive price because they believe on the quality itself. And for me, I can choose the high price and high quality fruits because I'm selling it also on a suitable price for me. So for me, if you are choosing a supplier or actually a product, try to go for the maximum that you can afford to sell it. That was clear. Can you choose the best quality you can with the condition that you can sell it with your margins?
Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you. I, it was really I have really got some insights, like how to plan a business and how to make strategies. So it was like really good for me.
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot for your comment. Let me just add something because maybe the story, we will never stop until we die. Okay, and hopefully also our family will take care of them. I didn't stop here, only going with that platform. I am operating now the platform and the experiences of the restaurants. We are helping other restaurants as well. But recently, and almost since a year, specifically before 6 months, we launched our marketing agency, or actually, I will call it our media production company. Our media production company, maybe we had a discussion before. We were focusing also on podcast. But actually, I'm highlighting this for a reason. I was believing that the marketing is not just a department in the company. And it's never just an employee, he can do everything for you. It's a teamwork. It's supposed to be a team and having enough tools so they can give you what you're supposed to be getting so you can achieve your goals. So as a strategy, I was building that media production company and marketing team to support my other companies. And that's, I will call it also another move, going to the marketing, because you can't escape that this is the department which is bringing your money, and this is the company will be generating your money again. So marketing, marketing, marketing.
Really nice talking to you. Thank you so much. And oh, by the way, how can people find you and your work?
As a person or as a company?
As a
As a
person?
as a person, see, I'm available and reachable absolutely. Mostly by LinkedIn. Maybe we can be in touch by LinkedIn globally since we are talking now. I don't know where that podcast will be, but LinkedIn will be doing good. I am still available behind the scenes in Supply platform. Maybe you have the link or share it or something. I'm still available also now with the studio, the marketing agency, which is called Studio and Us. Uh, I'm available everywhere. And I do even personal consultations for anyone who wants to open a business. It's either a restaurant or retail or something I can actually be advising them for. It's all my field, yeah.
We have to make some another podcast for this production company also near
Maybe,
future
maybe,
if you
maybe.
want.
Because there is a lot is happening. And I didn't build a company giving ordinary only services. So whatever I'm doing there is a content marketing, there's digital marketing, and there is absolutely a lot of things since I'm talking about podcasts, you know, public relations. You know more than me now. You're on the field.
We will like really look forward to it. Thank you so much for today. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Thanks for the invite. Bye bye.
Thank you so much for